Alrighty, g'day everyone and welcome. Welcome to G'day. There we go, I am coming through. Apologies for that. Welcome to Wednesday workshop, everyone. Quick reference to our disclaimer if you can. It says everything is for educational purposes only. By continuing to view, you agree to these conditions. So folks, let's jump in. Hope everyone is well. Been some reasonable movement last night from our trade analysis, which is good. Hey Justin, g'day Hassan. Alright, so folks, Wednesday workshop, Business Essentials Part 4. So let's have a look at the overview of topics. So the first one is strategy validation. Let's have a quick look at trading psychology. And then let's discuss some of the plans, lists, journals and other documents that you should be using with your trading. So let's jump in. So strategy validation, folks. This is all part of creating our trading business plan. So we're still talking about our business plan here and some of the things that you should be discussing in your business plan. So in regards to strategy validation, how long have you tested your strategy? How long have you back tested your strategy? What basic performance criteria is required for successful completion? And when you then go live testing, what risk profile will you be using based on this strategy? What time period should you use for live testing? What sample size will you be evaluating for your live testing? Now, I always say 20 to 30 sample size is ample. If you are a scalper though, you may do that in a couple of days. If you're a longer term trader, that could take kind of 6 months. Now, if you are a scalper, I would consider maybe a week at least. So that may take in 40 or 50 trades. So just keep that in mind. You can easily test 20 trades over 2 to 3 days that the market's been moving and been trending properly. So you need to go through a couple of different days. So what criteria will then satisfy a successful outcome? What criteria will determine an invalidation of your strategy? So all of these points are important to be able to validate your strategy, especially back testing this so that we know that it works for us. And we need to establish some criteria that we consider to be determining a pass or a fail or a successful outcome or an invalidation. So let's quickly just touch on some trading psychology that should be as part of the business plan. But obviously this topic is very exhaustive, so we're just going to basically touch on a couple of topics here, not go into too much detail. So in our trading business plan, we should be recognising the importance and the need for strategy with our psychology. Right? So like any good business, our employees have their own psychological needs, I suppose, and how we treat them. So that should be part of the trading business plan or the business plan. So especially with trading, we need to recognise that trading psychology is an enormous part. So we need to have a strategy for our psychology. So what tools will we use with our strategy? Do we have morning routines? Do we have pre-session routines? Do we have routines for during the session? And do we have routines for during the session? Do we have strategies for during our session as well? Do we have a routine after we finish our session? And do we have a journal? Do we have some sort of journal that we're using, a daily psychology journal? If you're not using these, I suggest that you do. Well, these are incredibly important. So, in creating a trading business plan as well, what other plans, lists and journals, and any other documents, what other documents like these are necessary for the effective operation of the trading business, and what will their purpose be? So one of those could be, we've got a capital management plan. That's important. So under the capital management plan, what funds are currently allocated to the business? What accounts are they currently allocated to? What is our overall capital stop loss for the business? This is important, incredibly important. Excuse me. What is our reinvestment strategy? What is our strategy for future account contributions? Do we continue to grow the account, just compound the account? Or do we, as we gain the skills, do we increase contributions so that we're trading with a decent size account so that then our percentage risk is appropriate? What is our strategy for withdrawals? Do we even have a reward goal strategy? Now, what do I mean by reward goal? So when we've been trading well, we've made some decent profits, do we have some goals where we reward ourselves? This is incredibly important because what this does, it makes our hard work and our efforts and our profits tangible. While they're sitting there in the account, yes, that looks good, makes us feel good. But when we can actually take a portion of those out and even a small portion and take your significant other out for a nice meal and a nice night out, our trading's paid for that. It makes it tangible. Go on a decent holiday. Trading's paid for that. It helps to reinforce our good habits and discipline. Okay, so continuing on, do we have a goals list for the business? Do we have an action list or a task list? Any good business should have these. Do we have an expenses spreadsheet? Do we have equity and profit spreadsheets? How do we track our expenses? How do we track our profits? So month to month, let's say. Do we have trading plans that go with that? So this is the trading business plan. In other words, a plan for the trading business. Do we then have trading plans that govern the rest of our rules of engagement? Do we have appendices that go with those? Do we use quick checklists and cheat sheets? Do we have things such as universal rules lists? So these are some of the documents that I use. That should be one of your reward goals, Howard. G'day, Lokesh. Nice to see you. All right. So, what are some of the other documents? Do we have a daily journal, which includes our psychology section that we spoke about before? If you're not using this, I would encourage you to use this. It's incredibly important. Do you have a trade journal where you journal the outcome? Do you have a trade journal in chart form? Do you know every trade that you've placed? Do you have that on a chart? Or if you're a scalper, do you have a session journal, trading session journal? Do you have a market structure journal? So now we're talking about journals. Oh, this is incredibly important. When you see aspects of market structure, what do you do with it? When you see your favourite setup in a different variation, do you have a playbook? And there could be other journals that you use. So to summarise Business Essentials Part 4, folks, we looked at strategy validation, some of the criteria you should look at. We looked at some of the items in trading psychology. And we also looked at some plans, some lists, some journals, and some other documents that you should be using in your trading business plan. So before we conclude, folks, is there any quick questions in regards to these topics that we've discussed today? Any quick questions, folks? So Howard says a holiday is needed. Too much time spent trading. Maybe the reward goal, Howard, could be just spend some time with family and friends. Switch off. Switch off for a week. Hi there, Marco. Switch off for a week. you might find that it actually does your trading quite a bit of benefit. You might find you come back refreshed. All right, folks, if there's no more questions, let's jump in, have a look at markets. Now that we've got the formal part out the way. All right. So, folks, time permitting, we'll have a look at some of the ideas from yesterday. All right. So the analysis yesterday was pretty good. Gold, yes. Euro, yes. Euro yen, yes. Euro Singapore, yes. US 500, yes. Dow, yes. New Zealand, yes. US CAD, yes. US Singapore, yes. US Thai baht. The only one that really didn't move was, or didn't trigger, dollar Swiss. So a pretty good outcome. Not always easy to find trades though, just because we get the direction right. Still want to find opportunity, of course. That's what we're here for. All right, so let's have a look, folks. So we did the macro yesterday. Those of you will remember. They're very good, Howard. That's a good one. Take the grandkids. So we spoke about the S&P 500. We spoke about the daily anchor. We spoke about resistance here. We spoke about this price action here, looking like it was accumulating. So we've been waiting for this for a couple of days. We had no trigger back through here previously. We had this shakeout low. Nice V reversal look in here. So looking for opportunity here, out here. So we didn't get any pullbacks in here, really. So this has just moved straight through. Don't know whether anyone found any opportunity in there. So it moved the way we wanted. Very decent move now. So I would be waiting now to see how this plays out around the anchor. Huge move. This is what we want to see. This is exactly what we want to see. Look for opportunity now. A little extended, but so far so good. I would just be mindful, and I'm not including this because of this reason. One of those obstacles is going to be 20 period moving average, and we're very close to it. So just be mindful. If we're looking for something, maybe want to see a day of pause, looking for that setup on the 4 hour, squeezing into the 20 period on the daily. So far so good. Similar on the Dow. The VIX, as we discussed, little topping structure, looking for a move down. That's exactly what it did. So we got that right, which is great. Stock market's a little bit more impressive. So going to go with a neutral to risk on, still not out of the woods. All right, bear markets can have these moves as we saw here, and then bang. Now, mind you, this was, admittedly, this was that inflationary pressure. We're hoping it didn't do that, hoping it maybe just pulled back a bit and then continued. So ultimately looking for the same here. Need to see momentum start to come in now. Reasonable though. Weekly chart. So the 40-60 box is right here. So in terms of weekly pullback, here's the 50. There's the 38. So we're right at it. So not bad. So, still not kind of, bear market look. It's a very, very big corrective, but they can wear you out, these types of structures. If anyone's noticed. Well, we have the head and shoulders. And the 50% level that I talk about, look, right to it. There's the 100, which is confluencing with 50% pullback here to here. That could be another level. Need to wait. We just need to wait and see. Okay, so what is it that I am seeing? Let's have a quick look at Bitcoin. Why did I put that on? Okay, sort of basing out on the weekly, attempted base, anchor break on the daily. We've got price acceptance here, possibly. So really the only thing that I was really looking for is just to move back here into this trend line. I've been watching this whole structure through here. So I've got the 4-hour anchor here. Then we've got this big sort of, just big base. So that was what I was seeing. So really, if you're interested in these, just look for some sort of setup here and a move back here with the potential to keep going. That's all I'm seeing. Pretty wild price action in here though. So this is the first couple of bars. They've actually shown a bit of momentum. So I thought that was worth mentioning. Alright, so I'm not seeing anything long. Don't forget we've got some news. So gold and silver. So gold was on the list yesterday. So you can see this moved nicely. So continue to look for longs on this. I'm not going to include it though. It wasn't worth including again. It's already moved a fair bit. WTI, however, so tackling the trend line through here, got a nice gap through here last week. So we've got a bit of a, let's call it an enhanced morning star here. A little bit of room back here. Above the short-term moving average, so we've got a bit of room there. Daily. It's got this channel going on here with a bit of a wedge at the low. Got the throw under here as well. So I don't know if we got the throw under here. We've got it through there as well. So often that's typical at ends. If we want to draw the proper channel, we can actually see we've got the center line reversal of the channel. So here's the daily anchor. Nice strong move. I've been watching this in here. Got a nice move through here, got momentum through here. So really just seeing how it tackles the anchor. Does it give us a setup in here and pop? So key critical area on WTI. You can see all the way through here it's tackled the anchors, hasn't got through. So it's back at it again. 4 hour. So there's the daily anchor. 4 hour is right back here. So it's well and truly uptrending on the 4 hour. Nice momentum through here. 200 period. So what would be nice to see here, we've got the move straight into it. It would be the You know, the squeeze play into this 200. Squeezing in, giving us something. It could happen early. So this one I don't mind. For those of you that are brave, ABC is already setting up, and there's B wave. If you're keen, there's one, there's the 20. Break through there. Might get a small pause in here. Start out with your stop down here. Once you get a reasonable close through here, if you've got a swing here, you can bring it up a little bit. Just remember this is a 60-minute chart. Got potential. a little bit kind of steep. That's my only concern with that one. Right at a key area too. Nice bit of strength. Low volume bars in this pullback. So that gets a big tick. Yep. Yep. My only concern, as I said before, it's kind of in that extended territory. We've already had one pullback to the short term. We might get another, but then I'm expecting a bigger pullback to the 20. WTI. Euro yen. So Euro yen from yesterday. We're looking for Euro yen through here. Nice push. Weekly's pretty good. It's pretty clear. So sitting right at B wave now too. Here's B wave. Spoke about this in here. So what are we going to get at B wave? Got that big push again. Couple of decent moves back to the short-term moving average. So now we're expecting the bigger one. I have a feeling it's going to look very similar. Yep, there we go on the 60-minute. So for those of you that are brave, yeah, you can consider that. There's another one back here. A, B, C, back to the 20. So like WTI, it's at a critical area back there, being the daily anchor. Already had that big move. If we got this here, that'd be a no-brainer. So another one to put on your watch list. Euro yen. So some good trades from yesterday. Euro dollar. Nice move through. Discuss that one. Oops, too many. Euro Singapore was the other one, back here. Push into here, partial profit here. See if it can tag the high. So that's exactly what it did. Look, pretty good. So is this a ABC? No. It's a rectangle. Right? It's really all it is, folks. Don't overthink it. So it's a bit of a rectangle. Where's our key area we're going to look for? Maybe a break out of the pattern, isn't it? Yeah, you could take that as AB shallow C from there as well if you really wanted. Rectangle or it's a flat. Well, either way, it's an ABC, isn't it? New Zealand dollar. Okay, so this moved yesterday, or today rather, just before. So reasonable extension on the weekly basing structure, looking for the pop through here into the 20. 4-hour chart. Anchor, not broken, not broken, not broken. Price acceptance here, yeah, it's trying. And then we've got this little squeeze and bang, out we go. Okay, is it done yet? No, I don't think so. All right, so all the attempts, look, the importance of the anchor. Through here. Yes, how? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, you're right, you're right. So, yeah, there's our classic triangle. That would have been a tough one. Through B. I still like this. So this is you know, volatility contraction usually leads to volatility expansion, which yes, we did get. Is it done yet? Yeah, maybe not. Keep looking for a setup in here. It's a bit kind of wild in there at the moment, but it's there, isn't it? What I'm seeing with that. New Zealand dollar. Okay, some shorts. Aussie yen. Short. No, I don't like that at all. No, sorry, don't like that at all. Now, on second look. Okay, from yesterday, dollar CAD moved through here. Looks good. Topping structure, double top. Here's our target. You're still in this, yeah, go for this one. Managed to find an entry in there, well done. Bit messy through here, look. Breakout. Takes everyone out. All the breakout traders through here. Anyone that has a stop takes them out as well. And then it goes. So move back to the 20. Yeah. Possibly worthy. Now I'm not going to include this on the list. It's already started. If you want to get on board, it's worthy of a shorter term trade through here. Look for a shorter term trade and a shorter term stop though. Dollar CAD, a little bit of room. All right, 40.60, it's right on it, there we go. So it's tested it to the tick. See how it can play out through here. So that worked that worked. Or Singapore is the one that I do think may have, it's already moved to. So this one I thought may have a little bit more potential. So where's our most recent swing? Right here. 40-60 box. It's right here. 20 period, 50 it's through, 61. I was hoping this was going to pull back a bit. So this was on the list yesterday. We said about all of this chop here. Wait for it to clear that. It could be worth a breakout entry through that. You can see pull back to the 20 in here. Short-term moving average, so that's that early momentum beginning. Anyone get that one? So I was hoping that this might actually pull back a bit deeper. Give us something in here. But it's just pushed out already, look. So it's already away. There it is. Can you see those, Howard? 38, 50, 61. Probably a bit small. That's all we need right there. So that's what I'm seeing, folks. Don't forget, there's a bit of news. So got the ADP numbers later today. So the market could be waiting for that. I don't think so. Don't know. I don't think that usually has that much of an effect. So some decent moves already underway. So if you're on those, just think out your exit now. If not, maybe just keep your powder dry. Let's see what tomorrow brings. All right, folks, thanks for your company. Just remember, if you're not seeing too much because of the previous moves, don't try and build a case for a trade. You've already had a couple of good ones that we've watched and they've moved already and you're not in it and you're having FOMO, but it's still a good setup, as we spoke about with Euro Yen and a couple of those that were appearing on the 60. If you still think it's a good setup and it's worth taking, reduce your risk. So there we go. All right, folks, thanks for your company. Trade safe and we'll see you tomorrow. Same time. Thanks, folks. Bye for now.